So, children, welcome to this EduSet English teleteaching program. Dear children, you know, in the last session we discussed the first 6 paragraphs of the topic festivals of Northeast India, and in those paragraphs we have discussed what is Northeast India, then what are the states of Northeast India and festivals of 2 states. Let us have a recap, let us recollect, remember, remind of the things, of the ideas that we discussed in the last session, then we will go to the next part, paragraph 7, 8 and other paragraphs. So, let us go to the previous discussions, so what we discussed in the last class. So, you just see recap what we discussed in the last session, festivals of Northeast India. So, we have completed 3 SCPs, each SCP contains. So, in the last session we discussed the first 6 paragraphs as I have already told you. So, what are the main ideas and what are the supporting ideas we discussed, let us recap, then we will go to right. So, paragraph 1 2 we discussed introduction to Northeast India with diverse culture and festivals are based on agriculture and traditional music and songs. So, in these 2 paragraphs we discussed the names of 8 states and who are the 7 or what are the states which are considered to be 7 sisters, and Sikkim as the role of a little brother we discussed. And in paragraph 3 and 4 we discussed the Bihu festivals of Assam. So, Rongali, Kongali and Bhogali Bihus, when and why and how they are celebrated, and we also discussed in paragraph numbers 5 and 6 about the location of Arunachal Pradesh, how the state has been blessed with the god, has been blessed with beautiful sites by the god, and what are the festivals and how these festivals are observed. So, 3 festivals we discussed, Losar, Mopin and Zero festivals, and also we discussed when, why and how these festivals are celebrated. Let us just remind the things that we discussed here, then we will go to the next paragraph. So, SCP 1 paragraph 1 and 2 we have discussed. Northeast India, collective name of 8 states, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim and Tripura. The contiguous 7 sisters, Sikkim a little brother. Then we discussed this is a place, this place Northeast India is a place of diverse culture, different cultures, different people of different religions, different tribes, different communities, and they celebrate their unique festivals. They also celebrate their different special festivals, and these festivals are based on agriculture and traditional. You just see Northeast India, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram and Nagaland, then Sikkim and Tripura. Just have a look at it, 7 sisters, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura. I have already told you, I have given you the technique 2A, 3M and NT. So, AM, NT, right, and 8 states AM, NTS. Just you remember this first letters, so that you can easily remember the names, right. Then we have discussed the Bihu festivals in Assam, Rongali Bihu, Kongali Bihu, Bhogali Bihu, and Rongali in mid April in the month of Vaishak, Kongali Bihu in Kati Bihu, it is called in the month of Kartika, they say Kati, Bhogali Bihu in the month of Magha, and they also perform dances, they sing traditional songs, they play traditional music and they enjoy the festivals. So, melodious folk songs, young people with the traditional songs, traditional attire or dress, brisk steps, there is hand movement in their dances, you can see in the screen, and musical instruments they use cymbals, I have already told you jhanja, daskatia, khola, issue, they use this type of musical instruments. And we have also discussed the festivals of Arunachal Pradesh. and the location where it is situated farther north in the mountain regions of Himalayas towards the last part of the north India, northeast India, and that is a remote place. We have also seen in the map also, full of picturesque, full of natural sights and green fields, clad pine clad mountains, mountains covered with pine trees. Then we also discussed in the last session three festivals, three important festivals of the people of Arunachal Pradesh. The Losar festival, which is called Losar, means Lo means new, Sar means year, new year festival. Mopin, name of the goddess, they worship the goddess to drive out the bad spirits and for good health, for good wealth, for wealth, prosperity, health, they also worship the goddess Mopin, and they also perform dances and they sing songs in the name of goddess Mopin. And they also celebrate Zero festival in the Zero Valley. We have also watched the video clip, we watched in the last session, right. They celebrate this festival in the month of September, and this is called a musical festival. There is combination of 30 indie bands, musical bands from across the country and with folk acts, that is very amazing, very wonderful, and they also enjoy this type of celebration or the festivals. Let us read the festivals of other states. So, again I repeat, we have already completed 6 paragraphs, and in these 6 paragraphs, first 2 paragraphs about introduction, and then next 2 paragraphs about functions or the festivals or the celebration of the Assamese people, Assamese, and paragraph 4, 5 and 6, these 2 paragraphs about the people of Arunachal Pradesh and how they celebrate, how they observe these Losar, Mopin and Zero festivals. Let us go to the next paragraph, paragraph 7. So, a charming, please listen to me, I am going to read out the paragraph. A charming festival of Manipur, Ningol Chokuwa, binds and revives the relationships between married girls and their parents. The women and their children are given a sumptuous feast and gifts. During Cheirowa, the Manipur New Year festival in April, people clean and decorate the houses and prepare special festive dishes. As part of the ritual, the villagers climb the nearest hilltops, for they believe that this will help them rise to a higher place in this life. Once again, I am going to read out, you listen to me. A charming festival of Manipur, Ningol Chokuwa, binds and revives the relationships between married girls and their parents. The women and their children are given a sumptuous feast and gifts. During Cheirowa, the Manipur New Year festival in April, people clean and decorate the houses and prepare special festive dishes. As part of the ritual, the villagers climb the nearest hilltops, for they believe that this will help them rise to a higher place, higher plate in this life. So, the new words you see, revive, revive means bring back, start again or renew, or in Odia we can say just feripaiba, right. Sumptuous, grand, costly, sumptuous feast, grand feast, costly feast, luxurious feast, rich feast, right. Revive means here the parents, they want to revive their relationships, because their daughters, they have already got married, they have left their place. So, they invite them and they want to revive their relationship. Dishes, different food items in plates, in different plates, right. So, all together they say different dishes. Ritual, the series of words or activities of a religious ceremony. आमे जेतोले होम करू बा जहा करू आमे सब मंत्र पाठ करू, the series of all the chants, the words of a religious ceremony together we say this is ritual. And plain, Plain means they actually climb, people they climb, the Manipur people they climb the mountains, they go to the top of the hills with a belief that they think that if you go to that top, you can also go to a higher place in your life. Let us discuss the paragraph, right. So, look at the yellow colored phrases and words, the important things. A charming festival of Manipur, that is Ningal Chakuba, binds and revives the relationships between married girls and their parents. So, Ningal Chakuba is one of the important festivals of Manipur. My dear students, you see, when the daughters they get married, they marry, they leave their parents and they go to their father-in-law's house, right. So, that is why the people of Manipur, they actually celebrate one festival, that is called Ningal Chakuba. Ningal in their language means married girls, married daughters. Chakuba means in their language, in Manipur language, invitation to attend a grand feast, right. So, they invite the married girls, their daughters, they ask them to come with their children and they want to bind and revive, to get back, to bring back, to renew the relation after their marriage, right. So, that they will not forget their parents. So, not to forget the parents, not to forget their family, the parents, the father, the mother, they actually invite the married girls to their families, and the women and their children, they actually attend the invitees, they attend the feast, and the parents they arrange sumptuous feast and gifts. So, they actually cook different types of foods and they give them, they offer them, and also they offer some, they give some gifts at the time of departure. When they again go back to their husband's house, their father-in-law's house, their mother-in-law's house, the parents they offer them gifts. And this is one festival, Ningal Chakuba. You just see after marriage, when they observe after marriage, that means there is a period actually, and in that period they observe this festival, and all the families of Manipur, they invite their daughters. How amazing, how wonderful we see. All the families, the parents, the father and the mother, they actually invite their married girls, married daughters, right. There is another festival, what is called Chairoba in Manipur, New Year festival, and it is observed in April. So, the name of the festival is Chairoba and it is observed in New Year festival. This is the beginning of actually lunar year. आमे जाको चंद्रमास को मणिपुर चंद्रमास को से माने they celebrate in April. That is the beginning of New Year, like our Boishakh mas, our Vishuva Sankranti, just after Vishuva Sankranti, Boishakh mas, we observe this, and they observe also the Assamese, the Arunachal Pradesh people, and also these people of Manipur, they also observe, they also celebrate this New Year festival, right. What they do? They clean and decorate the houses and prepare actually different special festive dishes, and as a part of ritual the villagers climb the hilltops. They believe that if they can climb the hilltops, then they can do higher places in their life. So, to hold the higher places, all the young people they want to climb and they want to go to the top of the hills. So, let us consolidate the ideas, so that you can understand the text better. Children, we discussed paragraph 7, and let us consolidate the ideas. We have already discussed they actually celebrate two important festivals, and what are these festivals and what they do, let us know in brief in a table, in a tabular form. So, festivals of Manipur, we have two festivals, one is Ningol Chokova, another is towards the right hand side you can see on the screen Cheirova, right. So, Cheiraopa, you can remember Cheirova and Ningol Chokova. Ningol Chokova I have already told you, we have discussed. Ningolo means married girl, Chokova means invitation for the feast, right. So, why they observe this, why they celebrate this? To revive the relationship between the married girls and their parents, to bind the relationship, to bring closeness to each other, so that they will not forget, the married girls will not forget their parents, their family members. For doing this, for this particular purpose, they invite them to a feast in a particular celebration, in a particular festival, right. How they do this? Women and their children, married women and their children, they are given sumptuous feast and give sumptuous feast means very costly feast, luxurious, aristocratic, rich, different types of very wonderful items, right. They prepare, they cook different types of very wonderful items depending on different families as they afford, as they are able to do this. The rich families, they do very rich foods, even the poor families, for them they also prepare some good items for their daughters, right, and they also offer them gifts. And this is really very wonderful. All the married girls, they come to their father's house, they have their feast, sumptuous feast, rich feast there, and they also go back to their father-in-law's house with a lot of gifts, right. Another celebration, another festival the people of Manipur they celebrate, that is Cheirova, and in the month of April, that is the beginning of the year in their calendar. In our calendar, as we say, we have in the English calendar the January 1st is the new year, but we have our own calendar. Exactly, the Manipur people, they also observe their own lunar new year, right. Chandra maso semane ବର୍ଷର ଆରମ୍ଭ ସେମାନେ they observe this, they celebrate this. How they do this? Just like us, they clean and decorate the houses, prepare special festive dishes, climb the nearest hilltops. Children, you know, we have also some festivals in our Dasahara festival, in our another festival is there also. We also throw out the old things, right. आमे सब बाहर को सब पुराना जिनस काढ़ी दो घरु भलो नुआ जिनस रखु वर्षर थरे दुई थर once or twice we do this, and they also do this in the month of April. So, this is all about Manipur festivals. Let us see how they do. You just see, look at the images. Oh, very beautiful, very nice pictures, right. The father is putting his hand on the head of his married daughter, and this is he is giving his offering blessings, right. Now, you see the girls, the daughters, they are sitting together, they are having their sumptuous meal, rich food, right, very good items. Now, you see in another towards the left hand side, you can also watch the parents, the father and mother, they are offering gifts to their married daughters. So, in this Ningol Chokova, this is wonderful, this is very attractive type of festival. The Manipur people, the people of Manipur, they really celebrate, right. Now, you see this is Cheirova, I have already told you Cheirova, New Year's Day. We have also New Year's Day. In the western Odisha, people they also celebrate Nuakhai, Nuakhia Parva. They start taking their new, right, their food with new crops. They offer to the god or goddess, and then they start, and this these people of Manipur, they also do this at the beginning of the new year. They also cook foods, prepare food, and with the new collected harvested crops, right, and they enjoy this festival. How nice, right. You see they offer They offer different types of dishes, different types of items they prepare, and they offer this. How beautiful! This is a very wonderful type of festival, right? And let us see the how Manipur dance, you can enjoy the dance, right? In their festivals, the Manipur people, they also like our Odissi dance. This is their very important, very attractive dance, and they also, this is a traditional dance of the people of Manipur, right? Very nice. Then we will discuss some comprehension questions so that you can understand the paragraph better. So, this is SCP 4, paragraph 7. Name the festivals of Manipur. So, we discussed two festivals, one is Ningol Chokova, another is Cheuroba. Ningol Chokova is the festival for the married girls to bring back the relationship between the parents and their married daughters. Cheuroba is the New Year's function, is the New Year's festival, and here the people they throw out all the things and they bring new things and they also start their new food. Number 2, which festival strengthens family bond? Ningol Chokova, we have already discussed. Number 3, how do people celebrate this festival? The women and their children, they are given sumptuous feast and gifts, right? Sumptuous feast and gifts. Next question, name the New Year festival in Manipur. The New Year festival is Cheuroba, right, the lunar year. Number 5, what do people do during this festival? During Cheuroba festival, the people clean and decorate their houses, prepare special festive dishes, festival dishes means the food items which are specially cooked, which are specially prepared in the festivals, and they also climb the nearest hill tops with the belief to go to a higher place in life. I have already told you, the people of Manipur, they have a faith till now. Some people they feel that they believe that if you can climb to the top of the hills, then you can also go to the higher places, right. So, next paragraph, before going to the next paragraph, I will say the Arunachal, as the people of Manipur, they celebrate two festivals. Let us go to the Mizoram people, what they do. The spring festival of Chapchar is an important occasion, mostly celebrated in Mizoram. Men and women of all ages wearing traditional dresses and headgears perform folk dances and sing traditional songs on this occasion. Drums, gongs and cymbals and add to the festive air, right. So, once again the spring festival of Chapchar is an important occasion mostly celebrated in Mizoram. Men and women of all ages wearing traditional dresses and headgears perform folk dances and sing traditional songs on this occasion. Drums, gongs and cymbals adds to the festive air. So, you just see headgear, look at the caps, the people of Mizoram. So, this is all about Mizoram people. The people of Mizoram, they put on, they wear these headgears, right. Gongs, you see, gongs, this is one type of musical instruments. By a stick they beat on the surface of the metal and a very good sound is produced. This is called gongs. And cymbals we have already discussed. This is in Oriya we say jhanjo, in Pala and some other Sankirtan and some other things we use this type of cymbals, right. Then you just see Chapchar. So, students, before going to this, I would just like to give you a very short story in 1 minute. Actually, why this Chapchar? Chapchar means actually this is the time of wood cutting or bamboo cutting. When the woods and bamboos are cut, then they observe, they actually celebrate this type of festival, right. There is actually a story, there is a story, very beautiful story. There was a village, in that village once the people they went to hunt animals, but they came back without hunting anything. That is why when they came back, actually what happened, when they came back, the village chief arranged a very grand feast, and he invited those hunters, and they sat together and they ate that feast, they had that feast. From that day, this Chapchar-Kut festival is celebrated in Mizoram. So, it is celebrated in spring. Men and women of all ages they attend, they wear traditional dresses and headgears, they perform folk dances and sing traditional old songs, old dances, and they play also the musical instruments like drums, gongs and cymbals. So, I think you understand now the festivals of Mizoram people, the people of Mizoram. So, dear children, we discussed the festivals of Mizoram. Let us have a look at the screen, and you can know how the people of Mizoram they actually celebrate their festivals, right. You look at the people, how they are enjoying their festival, right. And let us go to, you just see Chapchar-Kut, the Mizoram folk dance. They wear headgears and they also traditional attire, traditional dresses. Small children they also enjoy this festival, New Year festival, that and Chapchar-Kut festival. The Chapchar-Kut I have already said, I have already told you. So, after cutting of the bamboos, when they clean the forests, they actually observe this, they celebrate this. The people of Mizoram they celebrate this festival, right. So, let us discuss some questions, so that you can understand the festivals, the people of Mizoram, how they observe, when they observe and why they observe these festivals. Let us go to the questions. Name the important festival of Mizoram. So, Mizoram Chapchar-Kut, I have already told you the story, how they started, right. So, Chapchar-Kut, Kut means cut, the word cut, from that to word cut they have used this festival. So, cutting, after cutting the bamboos, after cutting the trees, right, they actually clean the forest and they celebrate this festival, right. That is why Chapchar, Chapchar means bamboos, bamboo cutting. How do people celebrate this festival? The people of all ages, how they celebrate? The people of all ages they wear traditional dresses, as you watched, right, and headgears, perform dances and sing traditional songs, right. So, the old songs, what their forefathers, their fathers, their grandfathers they were singing, they also sing this type of songs with the music of drums, gongs and cymbals, right. Let us go to next paragraph, paragraph 9. So, Wangala or the 100 drum festival is the most important festival celebrated by the Garos in the villages of Meghalaya. The festival is named so because 100 drums are beaten together during the celebration. This harvest festival is celebrated in November to mark the end of hard work, which naturally brings a good harvest. The celebrating features beating of drums, blowing horns and traditional dancing. The dance during the festival has two parallel lines, one of the men and the other of women. Clad in their festive costumes, while the men beat the drums, the lines move forward together in a rhythmic manner. Again you listen to me, I am going to read out the paragraph for the second time, right. So, this is all about the people of Meghalaya, their festivals, paragraph 9. Wangala or the 100 drum festival is the most important festival celebrated by the Garos in the villages of Meghalaya. The festival is named so because 100 drums are beaten together during the celebration. This harvest festival is celebrated in November to mark the end of hard work, which naturally brings a good harvest. The celebrating features beating of drums, blowing horns and traditional dancing. The dance during the festival has two parallel lines, one of men and other of women, clad in their festive costumes. While the men beat the drums, the lines move forward together in a rhythmic manner. So, let us look at the new words. Garos, a group of tribal people, tribe in Meghalaya, they live in villages. So, one type of tribe, we have different tribes, right. So, just like their culture, actually they are very simple, they are very honest people. The tribal people, those who live in villages, they are very simple, honest, and this Garos also one of the tribes, right. And mark means to celebrate, this marks, this celebrates. So, horn, musical instrument, this is one type of musical instrument, horn. Clad, dressed, right. Clad means, I have already told you, clad there in that paragraph, clad means pine clad mountains. So, pine covered, here clad in costumes means dressed in costumes. So, horn, you see, look at the picture, you can get the meaning. A rhythmic, having regular pattern of sound and movement. In Odia we say tala, right. They were dancing in rhythm, there was rhythmic, right, dancing, right. So, let us discuss the paragraph. So, Wangala or the 100-drum festival. So, my dear children, one thing I would like to tell you, whenever we are reading a paragraph, we have some strange words, some new words, but sometimes these and or some words they help us to get the meaning. So, Wangala, you see there is a word or means what is Wangala? Now, the 100-drum festival. So, Wangala means, Wangala is also called the 100-drum festival. Why? It is the most important festival celebrated by the Garos, by the tribal people Garos in the villages of Meghalaya. The festival is named so because 100 drums are beaten together during the celebration. So, when the people they celebrate this Wangala festival, at least 100 drums are used, 100 drums are taken together and they are beaten, right. So, during this celebration of Wangala, 100 drums are used, 100 drums are beaten, 100 people, 100 people they beat their drums. And this harvest festival is celebrated in November to mark the end of hard work, which naturally brings a good harvest. So, my dear children, I have already told you, you try to understand what is the festival, name of the festival, and who actually celebrate, who observe this. The third thing is when it is observed, the fourth thing is why it is observed, and the last thing is how they observe, what they do at the time of celebrating this festival, right. So, this is the festival, the important festival of Meghalaya is Wangala. It is also called the 100-drum festival. It is also called the harvest festival, because 100 people they get together, they come together and they also beat 100 drums at a time, right. And this celebration, this festival is observed in the month of November, and this marks, to mark means to celebrate the end of hard work, which naturally brings a good harvest. So, the people they work hard and they also harvest their crops. So, during this they celebrate this. The celebrating features, that indicates, that symbolizes, or the features of the celebrations are beating of drums, blowing horns and traditional dancing. So, they beat drums, 100 drums, they blow horns. I have already told you how the horns are also used to play music, right. Then traditional dancing, the dance during the festival has two parallel lines. So, people, the young people, the men and the women, they stand in two lines, two queues are there, right. And one side the men, they beat drums, in another side the women, they also move forward and backward, and they start dancing with the rhythm of the beating of the drums. So, my dear children, I think you understand the very important festival of the people of Meghalaya, which is Wangala, and also it is known as, it is popularly known as 100 Drum festival or the harvest festival during the November, month of November. Then we will discuss some other things, and you can also understand the paragraph better. So, dear children, we discussed the festival of Meghalaya, the important festival they celebrate, the Wangala festival. Let us consolidate the ideas that we discussed. So, look at the screen, festival of Meghalaya. In the middle you can say the name of the festival Wangala, which is also called 100 Drum festival, because 100 drums are beaten, and this festival is celebrated by the Garo tribes, the Garos in villages of Meghalaya, and this is also a festival for the harvest festival, and this celebrates for the hard work of the people, right. And then it is celebrated in the month of November. We have already discussed 100 drums are beaten, that is why this is a 100 drum festival, and this, when this festival is observed, beating of drums, blowing of horns, traditional dances, these are some common features, common things for this festival, and people they stand in two lines, they start dancing, they perform their dance in two lines. In one line they beat the drums, the men they beat the drums, and in another line the women they also dance with the rhythm of the drums. Let us see, please have a look at the screen. You just see the people of Meghalaya, Garos, the Garo tribes, right. They are beating the drums and they are celebrating this festival, right. You just see two lines, one line they are beating drums, another line they are dancing rhythmically with the rhythm of the beating of drums, right. So, this is all about the celebration of the Wangala festival or the traditional festival, that is 100 Drum festival, the harvest festival of the people of Meghalaya. Let us discuss some questions, again you can understand the paragraph better. Who celebrate Wangala, right. You just look at the question. When we write the name of the festivals, it is better to start with, begin with capital letters Wangala, right. So, the Garos in the villages of Meghalaya, they celebrate the festival Wangala. What is the other name of Wangala? The other name of the festival Wangala is 100 Drum festival, because 100 drums are used or beaten. Why the festival named so? Already we discussed, 100 drums are beaten during the celebration, right. Next question, you can also face this type of questions, blank feelings. Wangala is a dash festival, spring, winter, harvest, new year. This is a harvest festival, right. What are the features of Wangala? What things people do? So, beating of drums, blowing horns, right, the playing the musical instrument horn and traditional dance, these are some of the features of Wangala. And the next question is, how do the people dance during Wangala? So, the men and women they dance and move forward with the rhythm of the music in two parallel lines separately. Clad in the festive costumes, they dressed in the traditional dresses. So, the men and women they dance in two lines. In one line the men they beat the drums, in another line the women they dance or they move forward with the rhythm of the music of the drums with their traditional costumes or dresses, right. So, let us go to the next paragraph, another state. This is about Tripura, again one of the states of north east India. So, we have already finished Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Mizoram, Meghalaya, then this is about Tripura, right. So, please listen to me, I am going to read out the paragraph, very small paragraph about Tripura. Karachi Puja of Tripura is a one-day long festival marked by animal sacrifice and worshipping 14 gods as instructed by Lord Shiva. The festival takes place in the month of July in old Agartala or Puran Haveli, where there is a temple that houses of 14 deities. Thousands of people throng Tripura during the festival and enjoy cultural programs and fairs. So, takes place often houses provides or gives place to deities, gods or goddesses. So, Karachi Puja of Tripura is a one-day long festival, Karachi Puja. So, this is another festival you see which is named as Karachi Puja. So, Kar Puja, the goddess they actually there is the most important the guardian of the different goddesses, actually there is 14 deities in Tripura, and of these 14 deities the Kar is the guardian of all the goddesses and gods, and people they worship, they perform puja to satisfy the god, right. So, that is why they have a belief that they are instructed by Lord Shiva, that is why they sacrifice the animals. Animal sacrifice is also available, which is not at all good at present, but this is a traditional type of festival, that is why they do it, but nowadays people try to stop this type of things, right. And the festival takes place in the month of July, it is celebrated in July at Agartala or which is called Puran Haveli, and thousands of people they come to Tripura, they throng Tripura, they visit Tripura during the festival and enjoy these cultural programs. And the main features of this festival in Tripura is that all the people join in the celebration. Many of the dances performed during some of the festivals represent hunting, food gathering and various other activities. So, what happens actually? So, the main features of this festival is many people, almost all the people they join this celebration, they dance, they perform the dance, and during this festival what they do, the dances they represent hunting, food gathering and various other activities. That means, in their dancing they can show how people hunt, how people gather food, how people do different types of fishing, other activities how they do. These activities are shown in the dances, right. So, let us consolidate the ideas. Tripura, the festival name is Karachi Puja, right. In July it is celebrated in old Agratala or which is called the place is Puran Haveli. It is a week long festival, animal sacrifice is there, and people they worship 14 gods. There is a belief that Shiva has instructed, the Lord Shiva has instructed them to give or to sacrifice the animals. Thousands of people come to Tripura to enjoy the cultural program, they throng, many people, a lot of people throng, they visit Tripura. All the people they join in this celebration, and many kinds of dances are performed. These dances are about hunting, food gathering, swimming, then fishing and some other activities, right. Let us watch the images, you see how they. So, this the first two actually the first two are about the how they start worshipping the gods. They inaugurate this Karachi Puja, and the images which are at the bottom, they are the festivals, right, how they celebrate. And let us see the dance of Tripura, how beautifully they dance during this festival. All the people they come to, a lot of people from different parts of our country, they visit Tripura during this festival, because this festival is a week-long festival, and they enjoy the festival, they enjoy the dance, the traditional songs and other activities which are performed by the people. And let us discuss the questions. Which Indian state celebrate Karachi Puja? Tripura. When is Karachi Puja held? Karachi Puja is held in the month of July. How long is it celebrated? It is celebrated for a week. Once again, which Indian state celebrates Karachi Puja? The Tripura, the people of Tripura, they celebrate this Karachi Puja. When is Karachi Puja held? It is held or it is observed or it is celebrated in the month of July. How long is it celebrated? It is celebrated for a week. Then how many deities are worshipped in Karachi Puja? We have already discussed 14 deities, 14 gods and goddesses. Which temple houses them? The temple at Agratala, or which is also called Puran Haveli, right. What are the main features of the festivals in Tripura? The main festivals of Tripura is that all the people they join in the celebration, all the people of the state they join this festival. Many dances are performed which represent hunting, food gathering and other activities, right. So, my dear children, in the dances there is, you can see how people of Tripura they hunt, how people of this Tripura state they gather food, and how they fish in the rivers and the ponds and some other activities how they do, right. So, let us go to the last part. We will see what we discussed in this session. So, we discussed SCP 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 SCPs, right. So, in the first part, in the first session, we discussed SCP 1, 2, 3 up to paragraph 6, and in this session, we discussed paragraph 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right. So, 5 paragraphs we discussed, and paragraph 7 is about Manipur people, festivals of Manipur. Paragraph 8 is about the festivals of Mizoram, and paragraph 9 is about the festivals of Meghalaya, and the last 2 paragraphs, paragraph number 10 and 11 are about the festival of Tripura. So, look at the table. The people of Manipur they celebrate the Ningol Chokwa or Chairava 2 festivals. One festival is Ningol Chokwa, that is to bind and revive the relationships between the married girls and the parents, and they invite the married girls and they offer grand feast to them, and they also offer gifts. And Chairava is another festival of the Manipur people. They celebrate this festival to welcome the new year. And the Mizoram people they observe the Chapcharkut. I have already told you. So, Chapcharkut is just like after cutting the bamboos and woods at the time of clearing the forest, they celebrate this festival during the spring time. That is why it is also called spring festival, and you can see folk dances and traditional songs in this festival. And the people of Meghalaya they also celebrate the festival Wangala festival, which is called 100 drum festival. 100 drums are beaten and people they perform traditional dance, and this is also called the harvest festival. It is usually celebrated in the month of November. And we have also discussed the festivals of Tripura. The most important festival of Tripura is the Karachi Puja, and the Karachi Puja festival is celebrated in the month of July, and it is celebrated in the old Agratala, and the 14 deities they are worshipped during this festival in the temple, and people they also dance with different arts. They show their performances in fishing, in hunting animals, and also how they gather food and everything. So, my dear children, I think you have understood these 5 paragraphs and the previous 6 paragraphs, 8 paragraphs. We have already completed, I can say Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, then Mizoram, Meghalaya and Tripura. Out of 8 states, we have already discussed the festivals of 6 states of the northeast India, and in the next session we will discuss the rest 2 states, the festivals of Nagaland and the festivals of Sikkim, how the people of Nagaland and Sikkim they celebrate their festivals. I think you understand. So, once again I request all of you, when you are reading your book, your topic, any text, any topic, you can make notes like this. You can design a table, you can design a diagram, and you can put all the ideas, so that it will help you to understand the text better. So, I think the time is over. Thank you very much.